चिन्मुद्रितकरकमलं चिन्तितभक्तेष्टदं विमलम् गुरुवरमाद्यं कञ्चन निरवधिकानन्दनिर्भरं वन्दे वटतरुनिकटनिवासं पटुतरविज्ञानमुद्रितकराब्जं कञ्चनदेशिकम् आद्यं कैवल्यानन्दकन्दलं वन्दे प्राकृतभावमपास्य स्वीकृतनिजरूपसच्चिदानन्दः गुरुवरकरुणापाङ्गाद् गौरवमासाद्य माद्यति प्राज्ञः श्रीगुरुकृपया सच्चिन्निजरूपे निमग्नधीः मौनी विहरति कश्चन विबुधः शान्ताहन्तो नितान्तमुदितान्तः गुरुवरकरुणालहरी व्यतिकरभरशीतलस्वान्तः रमते यतिवर एको निरुपमसुखसीमनिस्वैरम् श्रीदेशिकवरकरुणा रविकरसमपोहितान्तरध्वान्तः विहरन् मस्करिवर्यः निरवधिकानन्दनीरधौ आस्ते जनिविपरीतक्रमतो बुद्ध्या प्रविलाप्य पञ्चभूतानि परिशिष्टम् आत्मतत्त्वं पश्यन् आस्ते मुनिः शान्तः जगदखिलमिदमसारं मायिकमेवेति मनसि मन्वानः पर्यटति पाटिताशः प्रगलितमदमानमत्सरः कोऽपि त्वमहम् अभिमानहीनः मोदितनानाजनाचारः विहरति बालवदेकः विमलसुखाम्भोनिधौ मग्नः अवधूतकर्मजालः जडबधिरान्धोपमः कोऽपि आत्मारामो यतिराट् अटवीकोणेषु अटन् आस्ते. Sadashiva Brahmendra in his AtmavidyaVilasa is picturing a Jivan Mukta, how he wanders about absolutely free. The ignorance is erased, and that very moment the mumukshu becomes a mukta. Tvam aham abhimanahena. There is no abhimana of you, me, etc. Modita nana janacharaha. He is moving about sometimes in the streets, sometimes alone in a forest. Atmaramaha yatirate atavi koneshu atan aste. That Atmarama Yadirat means the emperor of monks, emperor of Yati. Yati means sannyasi, monk, realized person, a jnani. Atavi koneshu, in the forests. The lonely forest he is wandering about. How is he wandering about? Sometimes in the streets, looking at people doing various things, very busy, Sometimes you in the railway station you can see very busy going, coming. Sometimes in the city you can see people very busy driving the cars, going and coming, going to office, coming out in the night. All that he is observing, modita nana janacharaha. He is very happily, blissfully looking at them. Viharati balavadekaha. Like a bala. Bala means like a child. He is blissfully moving about. Vimala sukambho nidhau magnaha. Immersed in the ocean of bliss. Unaffected by anything. Vimala sukambho nidhau magnaha. Avadhuta karma jalaha. All karma is all blown out for him. No karma for him. Jada badhirandha upamaha. Sometimes people look at him, oh, he's a mentally retarded person. Or even if all world news is around him, he is like a badhira, not hearing. Something or the other is happening. It will be happening eternally. If you start giving ear to that, all unnecessary things enters your mind, and he is in that plane, a badhira. He cannot hear. He is sometimes like a deaf, sometimes like a blind also, not seeing anything. Although looking at things, not seeing. Thus, Yatirat, the supreme knower of Brahman, moves about in the forests. Shantya dridhopa gudha Shanta samastanya vedano daraha Ramate rasajnaye kaha ramye swananda paryanke. Things, sometimes wonderful events will take place. Maya is out here to pull your mind out. Some event happens, you look at it and you are wondering at it. But what is the state of this Jivan Mukta? Bhagavan loved this verse. Savitaryapi shitaruchau. Even if one day the sun is so cool like ice. Chandre tikshnepi. And moon is very hot. Adhovahati agnau, the fire is going down, not upwards. Then also, Mayikame idam iti janan. All this is Maya. Anything is possible. This is mere Indrajala, mere Maya, show of Maya. Knowing this, Jivan Mukto na Vismayi Bhavati. Jivan Mukta is no more affected by that. He is not wondering why this is like this. No question of why at all. He is not bothered about these things. So, this is a picture of a liberated being. Now we will come back to Ashtavakra Gita. We saw Muktabhimani Muktohi. One who has Abhimana means the I identity. It is a force, it is an energy that makes a person a person. As long as you are alive, this ego identity as a force, as a part of nature, it will be there. And that identity is now in body, now in mind, now in intellect, now in this limitation. The same identity is moving towards the infinite. The shift happens towards the infinite adhisthana. With the same passion, the person knows that I am Brahman. Absolute paradigm shift. See, that is realization. Otherwise, what is realization? Tell me. We all have heard so much. No? Already we are realized. Our very nature is realization. We are the self. We all know that. Then why we are like this, not contented, still striving? Because the energy of identity has not completely focused on that supreme truth. When the identity is, am I clear about this? When the attention, focus is towards that adhisthana, the mind constantly takes delight in that. The mind no more thinks about other things. The mind enjoys its own glory, Sve Mahimini, Swa Mahima, his own Mahima, his own glory. That is what here Sadashiva Brahmendra is saying. I am that Shuddha Chaitanya, Sada Nitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Swabhava. I am that Paripurna Satchidananda. Like this, the mind is constantly taking delight in that state. Sarvam Brahmamayam, Re, Sarvam Brahmamayam. He himself sings. Everything is Brahman, everything is Brahman. So in that Atmavidya, it is taking delight. And that delight is realization. And that here, Ashtavakra calls as Mukta Abhimana. Otherwise it is a contradiction. How can a Mukta have Abhimana? Abhimana, when it is in the limited center, you have so much force in that limitation. The more egoistic you are, the more forceful you are. Fanaticism, they will say fanaticism is power. Because the fanatic is very clear about himself. I am this. And my path is this. And that alone is real. Kill everyone else. Very simple philosophy. As the philosophy is so simple, certain, even in our Hindu religions or also certain sects are there. Very simple philosophy. This is the only God. Chant His name. This is the only book. Only read this. Everyone else is a rascal. Simple philosophy. Very simple philosophy to identify. That is why they have so much energy. See, when your identity is focused on something and you are very clear about your identity, so much energy comes. Our problem is, in the very beginning we start laughing because we have lost the former identity and new we don't know where it is. The former limitation is given up, and sometimes as you have no other place to stay, again and again come and back and sit in the same island. The island. And now you are seeking for the real identity. So, you don't need to be a fanatic or limited person or anything. When you get that bhumam, and when the identity is absorbed there, that is what you see in Bhagavan, that force of Brahma Jnana, Brahma Sampatti, that whether day or night or all time, taking delight in that Atmavidya, Vedanta Vijnana, Vedanta Vichara, the same happiness, the same joy. No question of boredom, no question of seeking for variety. Recently, one devotee died in Palakkad. Why I am talking about him is, he was there for my first talk. For the first talk, Vijnana Ramani Ashramam, he was there for the first talk. He is a very old devotee of Bhagavan. Recently he died. His name is Ishwarayya. He died recently. So he used to say, the talk that I heard first, it is same now. No change. Perhaps some new story, now some new anecdote might come, but the talk, the subject, everything is same. No change. And not getting bored also. Because it is Atmavidya. It is Vedanta Vijnana. So, taking delight in the same way, again and again, asuptehe amritehe kalam nayet vedanta chintaya. When you wake up in the morning, till you sleep. Like that, how many days till you die? What should I do? Vedanta chintaya, Vedanta vichara. So, this is muktabhimana. Muktabhimana doesn't mean I am Jivan Mukta like that. It means you have the abhimana anchored in that liberated state. In that state where is eternal freedom, the ego energy is identifying with that inexhaustible energy plane. I think it is very clear now. The ego energy is anchored in that inexhaustible avyayam. We call it avyayam. Vyayam means that which gets exhausted. Avyayam, in that plane of inexhaustible realm, the I is anchored. So, Muktabhimani Muktohi. One who is Mukta, one who is liberated, he is Mukta. Baddho Baddhabhimani Api. One who is bound means one who identifies with the bound things like the body, the mind, the ego, he is bound. So wherever is your Abhimana, whatever your mind is constantly brooding, that you are. There you are. If the mind is constantly doing mananam of Atmavidya and nididhyasanam of that state, you are in Brahmaloka. If the mind is constantly in Brahman, you are in, whether your body is in Tiruvannamalai or in New York or in Switzerland or in Middle East or Africa, anywhere you go, you are in Brahmaloka. So, the basic thing is Dehabhimana Pasha. You are bound by the rope, the chain of Dehabhimana. Dehabhimana in the sense, I am the body idea is not that simple. It is interwoven in our mind. മനസ്സിലെ ഒരു വേഷ്ടിയിലെ നൂല് മാതിരി കിടക്ക് അഭിമാനം. എല്ലാ ഭാവനകൾക്ക് പിന്നാലെയും അതിർക്ക്. Behind every imagination, behind our self-image, that idea is the fuel. Behind every connection, every relationship, that idea is alive. So you are bound by that dehabhimana pasha. You have to deal with it from every corner. Etamannamayam upasankramya. You have to do the upasankramanam, transcendence of annamaya shariram. How to do transcendence? Very simple way, Ashtavakra said. Cut it with jnanam. Cutting it with jnanam is the only way. But this annamaya atma, to deal with the annamaya atma, to deal with this body idea which you are carrying in your mind, manomaya rupam, manomaya sukshma rupam, to cleanse it is not that easy, because it is a deep adhyasa. So, from every corner of your life, you have to clean it from there, slowly. Not that one day you become Sadashiva Brahmendra or Bhagavan Ramana. No, it is not. Little bit, whatever you can do. Do not too much give importance to the body. Neither do you ignore it. Normal people, ordinary people. Normal people means what? Dull-witted. That's all. For them it's only that a little bit is possible. Panchadashi Vidyaranya says, after knowing the self by Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, what the yogi has to do is to train himself to forget the I thought. Ahankara Vismriti Abhyasa. When you do bhakti, that is a very easy thing. You think about Bhagavan, don't much think about yourself, don't think much about your individuality, your personal achievements, sometimes it is difficult in jnanam. Whatever you may see, you will be conscious. I am meditating, you will be conscious. But when you are overpowered by the divine love, you surrender. You think only about Tatsukha Sukhitvam. As Narada says, thinking about your beloved, not about you. There the ego vanishes for the time being. It will completely vanish only by jnanam, sakshatkara. So, anyway, he said, Nissanga, you are absolutely detached. Nishkriya, no kriya is there for you. Although you might be working, but no work can corrupt you. Swaprakasha, you are self-effulgent. Niranjana, you are blemishless. You feel this bondage because you are trying to escape. Superimposing bondage on you. You are trying. Bhagavan in Gospel of Ramana Maharshi, Bhagavan says, the problem is you accept a non-existent ego and employ this method and that method, tremendously trying to transcend an prison or bondage which does not exist. So what you need is this clarity that there is no karma in you. You are the self-effulgent being. You are blemishless. You have no sadhana. Then what can I do? Do bhakti. Bhakti is different. Sadhana is different. Sadhana means you have something to achieve, something to attain. Bhakti means it is motiveless love. எந்த எதிர்பார்ப்பும் இல்லாமல் பக்தி பண்ணலாம். நிறைய டைம் இருக்கு லைஃப்பில், பகவானை பக்தி பண்ணு, சாதனை பண்ணாத, பக்தி பண்ணு. அதுக்கு வாஸ்தவமான பலம் இருக்குது. சாதனைன்னு சொல்கிறது இந்த தந்திரத்துலேருந்து வந்த வார்த்தை அது, சாதனாங்கிறது. அப்புறம் அது எல்லா இடத்துலையும் அடாப்ட் பண்ணிட்டான். ஞான வேதாந்த சாஸ்திரங்களில் அதிகமாக இல்லை, எங்கேயோ 1-2 இடத்துல பாஷ்யத்தில் வருது, அவ்வளோதான். இப்போ சாதனாங்கிறதே ஒரு சாத்தியம் இருக்குது, ஒரு சாதகன் இருக்கான், ஒன்றும் அடையறதுக்கு இல்லை. நம்ம ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் ப்ராக்டிஸை சாதனைன்னு சொல்கிறோமே, அது கூட ஒரு ரொம்ப சாத்தியத்துவம் சாதகத்துவம் எல்லாம் கல்பிக்காமல், ஆனால் கொஞ்சோண்டு இல்லாமே முடியாது, அப்படி பண்ணணும். ஜபம் தியானம் அனுஷ்டானங்கள்லாம் பண்ணணும், ஆனால் அது ரொம்பவே அதனால அந்த பிரபலமான அபிமானத்துக்கு பலம் வரப்படாது. அப்படி பண்ணணும், நான் பண்ணுறேங்கிற ஒரு ஃபீலிங் வந்துடப்படாது. யூ ஆர் டூயிங் தம், பட் யூ டூ தம் இன் சச் ஏ வே, as Yoga Vasishta says, your life in the world is like a peacock feather. Your knowledge is like Mount Meru. Anta bahi pichagra taralaha antar meru rivasthitaha. In your resolution, in your stability of knowledge, in your conviction, it is like a mountain. And outwardly you are like very light, very pliable, like a feather. So, ayameva hite bandha, you are putting so much effort on your meditation. Yet samadhi manutishthasi. One person came before Bhagavan. You know, every time sadhakas they come inspired by some famous saint or famous person. All that imaginary fantasy will be there. So mostly many of the sadhakas who came to Bhagavan in those days, they had the fantasy of Swami Vivekananda going to Ramakrishna or Ramakrishna's teachings, something. Some people will come, can you show God to me, like that. They will be imitating Vivekananda. So one person came and he said, you have to show me God. If you will not show me God, I will strangle my own neck and kill myself in front of you. ஒரு குருவா இருக்கிறதோட தலையில் எடுத்து பாருங்க. All these people you have to face. Says, கழுத்தை நிறுத்தி நான் என்ன உங்கள் கண்ணு முன்னாலே கொண்டு விடுவேன், எனக்கு கடவுளை காட்டி கொடுக்கணும். Devotees were wondering what will happen because this person looks hysteric. We do not know what he will do. Bhagavan was looking at him like this. He was saying, I will kill myself. Bhagavan was very calm. After some time, he became somewhat calm. Then Bhagavan said, Kadavul darshanam vendapa. He said, we don't need the vision of God, etc. What we want is, I will kill myself. I want God. Let not that I rest. Said, அந்த நான் எனக்கு தெய்வத்தை பார்க்கணும், இல்லாட்ட நான் என்னையே கொலை பண்ணுவேன், அந்த நான் வந்தது, அந்த நான் உதியாமல் இருந்தால் போதும். So only this much is needed. This story, Sadhuvam Swami says, I think it is there in his Ulladinarpad commentary, somewhere he says this story. So, too much eccentricity in spiritual life will not bring in any good result. Let the life be the first sign of spiritual evolution. Yoga is lightness. The person is so light. However he may be acting, he is light. However he may be meditating, how much, whatever time, duration he may be meditating, there is lightness in him. Mridulata. Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, what are the signs? Yoga Pravarti. Prathama Lakshana. Yoga Pravarti Lakshana. The Upanishad says, Swara Saushtavam, Varna Prasadaha, Swara Saushtavam, Laghima. Laghima is a siddhi. Lagutvam. Arogyam. The health also becomes good because there is lightness. Lagutvam, Arogyam, and not too much. Mind is fascinated by outer things. Lagutvam, Arogyam, Alolupatvam, Varna Prasada, Swara Saushtavam. So there, Lagutvam means lightness. Tvaya vyaptamidam vishvam tvayi protam yatharthataha shuddha buddha swarupahatvam magamaha kshudra chittatam. Don't become petty-minded, says Ashtavakra. Magamaha kshudra chittatam. How can I become a kshudra chitta? By limiting your infinitude into a jiva. I am this small person. I am doing this, I am doing that. I achieve this, I achieve that. The entire universe is filled, pervaded by you. In fact, the entire universe is resting in you, superimposed in you. You are that pure, awakened Brahman. Don't become a kshudra chitta, petty-minded person. Nirapeksho nirvikaraha nirbharashitalashayaha agada buddhihi akshubdhaha bhavachinmatra vasanaha. Nirapekshaha. Don't have any apeksha. I want this, I want that, without this I cannot live, without that. Don't be a beggar. You can better carry a begging bowl in your hand, but let not your mind be a begging bowl. Constantly asking, whether to people or to God, the only work is ask, ask, ask. God gets bored, that is why he is not coming. Because the moment you see him, ask. Dehi, 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 Dehi. Sanskrit, you want to write some shloka, very easy. Dehi, Dehi, Dehi. Narayana, Dehi, Shiva, Dehi, Krishna, Dehi. And another thing is Palayamam, Pahimam. Song is over, Sanskrit. Palayamam means protect. Protect me, protect me, protect me. Mam Pahi, Mam Pahi, Mam Pahi. And give me, give me, give me. The whole life is begging. And Bhagavan got bored. He just vanished. And found a good place to hide, that is in your own heart, where you will never look. வேற எங்கே உட்காந்தாலும் பார்த்துட்டு வந்து நேராக உள்ள போய் ஹிருதயத்துக்குள்ளே உட்காந்துடணும், திரும்பியே பார்க்க மாட்டான். So, don't have any apeksha, no expectation. When Mahatma was there in our place, he put a board. As a Mahatapasvi, he put a board. No desire, no expectation, no ambition. Useless to the world, surplus to the requirement. This is the boat. Don't come to me for any of these things. Nirapekshaha nirvikaraha. No vikara, no change. Nirbharaha. Filled, complete. Shitala ashayaha. His mind is shitalam. That is the word that Vedanta Shastra use. Shitala. Shitala means very cool. Otherwise, what is inside tapam, this outer heat is nothing. Enna cooker vaangirkom? Instant? Body is like an instant pot. Put something, it will cook and give. So much heat is there inside. All kind of stress, strain. It will do everything. Put some maavu inside, idli will come. So much heat, shokam is there. So, the true spiritual balance, it brings in that peace, that coolness. The brain, you just imagine, that is what is pictured, that Shiva has that Ganga in his head. No? The brain is not constantly that like a harnessed nest. All thoughts. No. At least imagine that state. But there are no thoughts, at least for some time, no thoughts. So quiet, cool, very peaceful. That is Ganga. What all cooling system? Ganga and moon also. So Shitala Ashaya, his mind is Shitala Ashaya. Sadhuvam Swami has written a song. The last burden of the song is Ati Shitala Parama Shivam Arunachala Guru Ramana. படிக்கணும்னு எல்லார்ட்டையும் சொல்கிறேன், ஒருத்தரும் படிக்க மாட்டேங்க. திருப்பி பாடின பாட்டே பாடுங்க. அதி சீதள பரமசிவம், அதித்திட்டு சொல்லியிருக்கேன், வரவே மாட்டேங்குது. அதி சீதள பரமசிவம் அருணாச்சல குரு ரமணம். Ati Shitala means very cool, intensely cool. That was the way they felt Bhagavan's presence. Ati Shitala Paramasya. Himashitaya Mataya. Yoga Vasishta says the Mati, the intellect is like Himashitala. Hima, Hima means snow, ice, snow, Himalayas. Like that, the intellect is so cool. I can see that in the face of everyone. So much joy hearing that. You know the reason? Because it is heated. So we want that. So, Shitala Ashaya Agadha Buddhihi. The buddhi is so deep. The buddhi goes inward. When you do Atma Vichara, Bhagavan said it is like diving deep into a well and searching for the source of the I thought. The I thought enters the heart and vanishes there, not coming back. In Vishnu Sahasranamam, one name for Bhagavan is Mahagartaha. Mahagarta means very deep, bottomless pit. How will one call Bhagavan like that? Because you enter, you never come out. So it is called Mahagartaha. So agadha buddhihi, the buddhi enters that agadhata, that depth, and vanishes there. Akshubdaha, after that no more distraction, no more turbulence, no more perturbance. And what exists there in the mind? Chinmatra vasana. The vasana means what? Vasana, tell me. What is vasana? At least that we know. So you should be able to tell.
The lingering effect.
Na?
Lingering effect.
Eh? Enna? Says one form. Yes. Coming out in the mind. That is the most important sign of Vasana. Vasana means without asking you, the mind thinks. Even if you, and it is thinking, what is it thinking about? It is thinking about what it has, the impression has gone in. So, it will not ask, can I think about this for a few minutes? No, it will think. Even if you say shh, it will not keep quiet. So that is Vasana. And here, so many Vasanas. Anatma Vasana Jala. Vivek Chudamani says, Anatma Vasana Jala. Anatma Vasana means, Vasana is about Anatma. This person, this incident, that incident, our job or our survival, our family, husband, wife, children, money, name, fame. So many things. Constantly bothered about many of these things, obsessed about many of these things. Vasana comes in the form of brooding, comes in the form of obsession, comes in the form of memory, comes in the form of imagination, expectation, desire. Sometimes Vasana comes in the form of sleep also. All about non-self. Because of this Vasana, Tirobhuta Atma Vasana. Shankaracharya, although Atma Dhyana, you cannot call it Vasana, but Shankaracharya calls it as a Vasana there. Atma Vasana. Atma Vasana means, Vasana has another meaning. It means fragrance. The fragrance of the real self is overpowered by all the stinking smells of non-self. Anatma Vasana Jalaihi Tirobhuta Atma Vasana. Now what is the solution? Nitya Atma Nishtaya Tesham Nashe Bhati Swayam Sputa. By constant Atmanishtha, self-abidance, by again and again making the mind take a dip into the self. The ego vanishes and the real self emerges, comes to our focus. More and more it shines forth and comes forth in our mind. The mind, again, something like thinking is there in the mind, but not about the world. The mind is thinking about the same Vedanta Vakya, Atma Vicharam, Atma Swarupa, or it is simply holding to that Chinmatra Vasana, that pure awareness is held in the mind. There is a kind of intense awareness in the mind. Not thought. It is holding to a state, a meditative state. It is holding to a meditative state. A brooding meditative state is there. Again and again, the mind broods over that I-less state. There is long gap of world, body idea, sensory idea, and there is some intense feeling of peace inside, shanti. And that is Chinmatra Vasana. This kind of entry of the other into your awareness, very often, it indicates vasanas are going. No more the vasanas have hold in your mind. So there is Chinmatra Vasana. There is, Bhagavan in his first death experience says, there was a strange fascination for the mind. The word used is a strange fascination. I don't know what Bhagavan used in Tamil. There was an akarshana. A strange fascination for the mind to follow the I thought to its source. There is a fascination for meditation, Atma-dhyana. And this is Chinmatra Vasana. Now next shloka is a somewhat well-known shloka. Sakaram anritam viddhi, nirakaram tu nishalam, etat tattvopadeshena na punarbhava sambhavaha. This shloka comes with a one word difference in Avadhuta Gita. Sakaram anritam viddhi nirakaram nirantaram. Etat tattvopadeshena na punarbhava sambhavaha. The same shloka, Avadhuta Gita and Ashtavakra Gita, are somewhat similar. So here Ashtavakra says, whatever you are seeing with form is bluff. It is falsehood, not permanent, not real. It is unreal. Know this for certain. All the forms that you are seeing, don't believe them. They are here today, tomorrow they will not be there. So, Sakaram Anritam Viddhi. Nirakaram, that which is formless, is Nirantaram, constant. It is Nishalam, stable, still. So, formless means what? Formless is not a space. Formless is not anything that you can behold. The very nature of eyes is form. So formless you can never see. People think, some religions they say we don't worship form. They also have forms. So the only thing that is formless is the self, which is more imposingly available than any forms. Forms are all available only in the sensory plane or in the mental plane. But that which is experienced by you as I am, it is aparoksham, immediate. It is imposingly available. Can we use that word? It is powerfully, compulsively, it is available to you more than any forms. Quite possible that is the right translation for aparoksham. It is so imposingly available, pronounced in your awareness, in your as the beingness. So that is real, that is truth. You go to a teacher and the teacher gives you this upadesha, this mahavakya. You are not what you take yourself to be. This. You are that which is ever shining forth as aparoksham, which is still, which is constant, changeless. Etat tattva upadeshena. When the Guru gives you this upadesham, no more birth. The punar bhavasam, no more coming back to this realm of body, mind, ego. When you receive this upadesham, the person becomes free. You have to receive it not with the ears, with the whole heart, with your whole being. The moment you realize this, no more you are under the spell of forms. No more you are under the spell of fascination of anything that can be seen. Etat tattva upadeshena. By this tattva upadesha, na punarbhavasambhavaha. No more punarjanma. Bhavasambhava is not there. Bhava means becoming. No more becoming. No more coming to this maze of becoming. Yathaiva adarsha madhyaste rupentah paritastu saha tathaivasmin sharirentah paritah parameshwaraha. Yatha, just as adarsha madhyaste. Adarsha means a mirror. When you see the mirror, the image is everywhere in the mirror. In the same way, outside the mirror also it is there and the reflection is seen in the mirror. Like that, Parameshwara, that Bhagavan or Atma, is Sharire Antaha Paritaha. That Atma is within the body and the same light is reflected everywhere. Evam sarvagatam vyomam bahirantaryatha ghade nityam nirantaram brahma sarvabhutagane tatha. Ekam sarvagatam vyoma, that one non-dual, all-pervading space. Vyoma means space, akasha. Bahirantar yatha ghade. You keep a mud pot. Inside the pot and outside the pot also there is that space. Like that, Nityam Nirantaram. Nityam is constant, permanent. Nirantaram, uninterrupted. The same Brahman is there in all names and forms, in all beings. This is the conclusion of the first chapter. After listening to this, Janaka is telling, indeed I am blessed. I do not know how I missed such a simple teaching all my life. Aho niranjana shanto bodhoham prakritehe paraha. In one instance, I am finding myself as so pure, as absolutely peaceful, as pure awareness which is untouched by Prakriti, nature. Etavantamaham kalam, till now, till I came to you, somehow I was acting like a buffoon, vidambana, due to delusion, due to ignorance, mohenaiva vidambitaha, due to moha, due to delusion, I was considering myself as a jiva and as doer and as enjoyer and as attached or hating. All these illusions, I was under the spell of Maya. Now I have woken up. He says, now I have woken up somehow. As I am illumining, enlivening this body, I am illumining the entire world. Or I am not illumining even the body. Now I have given up the body, and by some technique, I don't know what you did, by some technique, I am beholding Paramatma. Sashariramaho Vishwam Parityajya Mayadhuna. Along with the body, I have given up the Vishwam, universe. And renouncing the universe, Adhuna, now, Kutashit Kaushalad, by some technique, by some deft work of grace, Kutashit Kaushaladeva, Paramatma Vilokyate. Paramatma is so clear. Paramatma is shining forth. So here with this auspicious proclamation of Janaka, we will end this chapter now. Further chapter we will start whenever time permits.